What's next for the U.S. and for Russia? For that part of the story, we're joined by CBS News senior security contributor and former CIA deputy director, Mike Morrell. Mike, good morning.
Good morning. Good to be here.
As Clarissa alluded to here, the big question is the degree of Russian complicity in this, I think. And are we going to actually be able to discern that?
I think there's two different levels of complicity here. One is we're already there, which is Putin created these separatists. He encouraged them. He funded them. He's equipped them. He has fed this beast. So in a sense, he is responsible for what they've done. So that's one level of complicity. There's a whole nother level of complicity, which is, did the Russians provide this particular weapon system to the separatists? Did they train them over the last several months in how to use it? And then were there Russian special forces there with the separatists when they fired the missile? We may never know that. We may learn it through intelligence. It may come soon. It may take a while.
The geopolitical impact of all of this is really what's fascinating, because we heard the president say, you never stopped the violence that led to this. We heard Hillary Clinton say, Putin, you've simply gone too far. Is the collateral damage here at this point that the West could now say we're going to tougher the sanctions against Russia and help Ukraine?
So I think there's going to be a tremendous amount of pressure on both the United States and on Western Europe to toughen up those sanctions and to provide more support to the Ukrainian government.
At the same time, Mike, Putin's popularity at home has never been higher. So what damage could this actually do to him internationally, though?
So I think there's two things to think about from the Russian perspective. One is, when they blame us for this, it's not just rhetoric. The hardliners in Moscow actually believe that we're responsible for this, that we're responsible for the original revolution in Ukraine that started this whole process, and that we're responsible for encouraging the Russian government to go after the separatists. They really believe that. They blame us. The other thing to think about here is there is a minority of Russians who believe that Putin is taking their country in the wrong direction. They've been largely quiet. Will this lead them to speak up?
Do you think this is the turning point in this country's conflict?
I think so. I think so. If you look back at the Soviet Union's downing of the South Korean airliner, it was a turning point in the Cold War. This could be very similar.
Mike Morrell, thanks so much.
Good to be here.